Welcome to the year 2442, a world not run by humans, nor by artificial intelligence, but by cats. That's right. Forget what you thought you knew about the future. This isn't a world of flying cars and chrome skyscrapers. Well, we have those, but they're mostly used for napping in sunny spots. I'm your guide to this perfectly unique reality, and trust me, you're going to want to see how we got here. It all started subtly, back in the early 21st century. Humans were obsessed with cat videos. They spent hours scrolling, sharing, and memeing every feline antic. Little did they know this wasn't just entertainment. It was a global conditioning program. While humanity was distracted by laser pointers and cardboard boxes, cats were observing. They were learning our weaknesses, our routines, and most importantly, how to manipulate us with a well-timed purr or a head nuzzle. The internet, humanity's greatest invention, became their training ground. They didn't need a hostile takeover. They simply charmed their way into power. By the mid-22nd century, it was official. The Great Persuasion, as historians call it, was complete. Humans willingly handed over the keys to the kingdom. Why? Because life under feline rule was just better. Stress levels plummeted. The frantic pace of human society was replaced by a mandatory 18-hour-a-day nap schedule. Stock markets were replaced by the tuna index, which I can assure you is far more stable and delicious. Global conflicts? They disappeared. It's hard to argue about territory when the supreme leader, a fluffy Persian named Chairman Meows 7th, is busy chasing a sunbeam across the UN General Assembly floor. So what does a day in the life of a human look like in this cat-run utopia? Well, my morning started at the crack of noon when my feline supervisor, Ginger, decided it was time for me to wake up. This was non-negotiable and was communicated by her gently patting my face with her paw. My primary job? I'm a professional cat cuddler and snack dispenser. It's a highly respected position. My first task was to prepare Ginger's breakfast. A delicate pâté of salmon and cream served at precisely room temperature. Don't even think about serving it cold. That's a rookie mistake, and you'll be demoted to litter box technician faster than you can say meow. After breakfast, we moved on to the enrichment activities. Today's agenda included Operation Red Dot, a high-stakes strategic exercise involving a laser pointer and a very long hallway. My job was to operate the device with unpredictable, darting movements to simulate elusive prey. It requires focus, agility, and an understanding of advanced feline psychology. After a successful 20-minute campaign, Ginger declared victory by pouncing on the dot and then immediately losing interest to groom herself. This is what we call a mission accomplished in our world. Then came the most important part of the day, the mid-afternoon nap. All human activity ceases. The cities fall silent, except for the gentle, synchronized purring that can be heard from every household. It's a sound that's been scientifically proven to lower blood pressure. It's like a global meditation session, enforced by the fluffiest of tyrants. You might think this sounds unproductive, but you'd be wrong. All of humanity's greatest art, music, and scientific breakthroughs in the last 2 centuries were conceived during these mandatory nap times. The human mind is simply more creative when it's well-rested and not worried about spreadsheets. Let's talk about technology. It's not what you'd expect. Our top scientists aren't working on warp drives or teleportation. Instead, the greatest minds of our generation are dedicated to feline-centric innovations. We've invented self-warming blankets that maintain the perfect temperature for napping. We have automated feather-on-a-stick toys with randomized movement patterns to prevent boredom. The pinnacle of our achievement? The perpetual motion machine, a device that converts the vibrational energy of a cat's purr into clean, renewable energy. That's right. Our entire global power grid runs on the contentment of cats. It's the ultimate green energy solution. But what about the old human world? Remnants of it still exist, preserved in museums. We visit the Museum of Human Hustle to see artifacts from the before times. We look at relics like alarm clocks, briefcases, and overtime reports with a sense of bewildered pity. School children are taught about the age of anxiety, a dark period when humans willingly woke up before the sun and commuted to places called offices. It's a sobering reminder of how far we've come. The history lessons are simple. Humans were stressed, and cats were a source of comfort. The logical conclusion? More cats, less stress. The math just adds up. Of course, it's not all just naps and cuddles. The feline overlords have a complex system of government. The world is divided into districts, each ruled by a council of cats. The Global Council of Scratching Posts sets international policy. Major decisions are made based on a simple but effective system, the treat referendum. A new law is proposed, and 2 bowls of treats are laid out, one for yay and one for nay. Whichever bowl is emptied first determines the outcome. It's the purest form of democracy, free from human biases and political maneuvering. Though, admittedly, policies that involve more fish tend to pass with overwhelming support. The economy is also fascinating. The global currency is no longer dollars or euros, but scritches. You earn scritches by providing excellent service, like a perfectly executed belly rub or finding that one itchy spot right behind the ears. You can then trade these scritches for goods and services. A top-tier head scratch might earn you enough for a week's worth of groceries. It's a system based entirely on providing joy and comfort. It has completely eliminated poverty and greed. Why hoard wealth when the ultimate status symbol is being the favorite human of a particularly discerning tabby? Some people from the old world might wonder if we miss our autonomy. Do we miss being in charge? Honestly, no. We've traded the illusion of control for genuine contentment. We have clean air because the perpetual motion machines are so efficient. We have universal happiness because our primary goal each day is to care for a creature that gives unconditional, if sometimes aloof, affection in return. We've been freed from the burden of running the world, and we've been given a new, more meaningful purpose, to serve our feline masters. And they are benevolent rulers. They don't demand monuments or worship. All they ask for is a warm lap, a full food bowl, and for you to please stop whatever you're doing and pay attention to them right now. They've taught us the most important lessons in life, the value of a good nap, the joy of a simple pleasure, and the importance of living in the moment. Because for a cat, the only moment that matters is now. And right now, it's probably time for a snack. So as I prepare Ginger's evening meal, a light broth of tuna with a catnip garnish, I look out at this strange, wonderful world they've created. A world where the most powerful sound is not an explosion, but a purr. A world where the greatest ambition is not to conquer the stars, but to find the sunniest spot on the carpet. It's a future nobody predicted, but it's one I wouldn't trade for anything. And I think humanity, deep down, is happier than it's ever been. We're well-fed, well-rested, and our laps are never empty. What more could you ask for? Thank you for joining me on this tour of our feline-run future. It's been a pleasure sharing our reality with you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I hear the distinct sound of a food bowl being pushed off a counter, which is the universal signal that my services are required. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give your own furry overlord a pet from me. Until next time, stay perfect.